So I was just sitting here and I had a feeling. And I really had to sit with it. Because it was a moving picture type of feeling. It was a moving whole show inside of myself. And it started with depression like feelings, but not like actual depression. It's just like low down energy, and then it moved into anxiety, kind of similar energy, and then it moved to detachment, and then it moved to neutrality, and then it moved to and just kept going really. And this whole time I felt like I was just pulling back layers upon layers upon layers upon layers. And during this whole thing, this whole phenomenon that was happening, call it emotional processing in real time, right? There was this intense feeling of loneliness. Now it's winter where I am, and for some reason, as I was like in this type of meditative observational state as all this was unfolding, I think winter really just hit me right in the stomach, and it was like this isolatory feeling, like I'm alone and no one's here. I low key, high key think that this might be some collective energy that I'm picking up on. Only because I am around people every day. And I constantly interact with people every day. But it does feel like something is missing. And I cannot put my finger on what is personally going on for me, what personally might be missing for me. But I have a feeling that this is something where a lot of us are moving through right now. And I have to wonder if Valentine's Day might have been the culprit. Especially because I would call this feeling like loneliness, where it doesn't feel like we're willingly putting ourselves on an island. It doesn't even feel like we are on an island. It feels like we are surrounded by people, and yet we still feel separated. Yet we still feel lonely. And now I'm thinking about this, and thinking about like the dynamics that I have with the people that are around me really haven't changed much. Everyone is like quote unquote still the same. You know what I mean? And so I'm wondering like what is causing this type of like stir to feel lonely in a crowd of people. To feel disconnected. I think that's the right word for it. And the biggest answer, the most truthful answer from my perspective where I'm sitting here is this, especially because it's collective energy, is an illusion that we are letting go of right now as a collective. This perspective that we are disconnected, that there is no common ground that we can find with the people around us, the trees around us, the molecules in us and around us, you know what I mean? This disconnected feeling honestly feels like a energy from like 2020 and before, you know what I mean? It's very old, it's very dry and dusty, and it makes me think of the judgment card in the tarot. And that's basically when particularly in the Light Seers tarot deck, it's like something is leaving the person, something is like coming up and out, and it's refreshing. That's the feeling of the judgment card that I get. Now, judgment like this, things leaving, transmuting, this happens everywhere in nature. Like, think of like ice to, or water to gas is a better example, actually. Think of like water to gas, you know what I mean? And this type of alchemy happens constantly in our bodies and in our emotions too, in our energy. And the weird thing about judgment is it's not something that is meant to be feared. And that is like one of the biggest things about it that I've come to find in my own personal experience working with worldwide judgment calls. So, like things like emotions, collective energy emotions, where we're kind of all, or a lot of us are going through it. So then, therefore, other people will experience that, what other people are going through. When there are things in a judgment call and it's like mass leaving our consciousness, or our emotional bodies, there's a tendency for us to like re-experience these elements again. That's what, I mean, to me, that's what it feels like. And I feel like they always come out of left field because it's almost like in this like cyclical process, like something has to go down deep in order for it to like come up, almost like a pressurized, like, you know what I mean? So like with this like loneliness and this disconnectedness, I know at least for me, it's been a while since I felt like this energy. It disappeared. It just honestly like got replaced at some point. But I guess it was like still there and I just didn't know, or it's still in the collective and now the collective might be finally releasing it. It could be both, could be neither. Who knows? But I was just talking on this space. And anyway, so when it comes to like feeling, yeah, we feel it again. We like go through it again, but it's quick. That's the difference between a judgment emotion, or an emotion and judgment, and like actively being in that frequency. It's almost like you know what I mean? Like a fly that goes right, by your face and it's like here and then it's there and then it's there again. And it's like, but you know what I mean? And eventually it just flies away. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now for this like disconnected loneliness that's going on. Yeah, and it feels very, 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 very front of the brain, like frontal lobe, frontal cortex area. To me, this tells me like this is big shit the human species is working through. A lot of trauma release. I know a lot of reactivity goes into this frontal cortex. I think we're really changing our relationship with ourselves right now. And then, thus, with everything else that we interact with. I think it's really for the better. I've been talking a lot about heart openings, feeling more connected to everything around us more than ever before, and that's just been coming up a lot, and it honestly makes a lot of sense that epic loneliness and disconnectedness would come to kind of counterbalance that, oh, while that force is building up. And I honestly feel like lately as a channeler I've been like a going in and out of space and time to like figure out like what the hell is an illusion and like what isn't, or like what needs to be taken seriously and like what doesn't, you know what I mean? What I can just like let pass. Do I like need to actively do shadow work right now, or can I just observe it and it be okay? Like these are the questions I'm asking myself recently, and today. And I'm feeling just for myself like I'm probably gonna have to just let this one go and slide, and I might have to sit in it for a minute, and it's gonna be uncomfortable, but yeah, it's gonna be okay though. So that was an interesting video. I just put it on to put it on. I don't honestly know if I'm gonna post this one, I post like basically every single video I film. But again, it's just like this energy is just weird. It's like I kind of want to interact. Like I've been interacting. Why do I feel like interacting is like odd for me now, and connecting is like weird and like I don't know. It's like we got into this new like place and we're like, whoa, dude. I don't know what to do with myself right now, but like I know it's uncomfortable. I want to go back there, you know. Um, Maybe that's what's going on in a weird way. But yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it here and maybe rest some more. But if if you've watched this and you felt like that you're also going through it, well, no, you're not alone. Hey, here I am. And I'm happy to, you know, be in the company of you. And we're gonna get through it. All right, peace. Love you, family.